Hello everybody, welcome back to another food review. I'm BigLT.
I'm SFParker.
We were supposed to do this last week, but we didn't do it.
No, we forgot.
Yeah. Takis, Nacho Xplosion.
Nachos! I like nachos.
Smells like nachos.
Ooh. Yeah, it does. It's a little bit of spice in there, too.
Actually, I do see a heat meter here. It says it is hot.
Okay, so we got some peppery nachos.
I would imagine jalapenos is what's on the bag. Which I like jalapeno cheddar stuff.
Kind of look like Cheetos.
Doritos.
Nope. I think they look like Cheetos.
No, these are Dorito-like.
No, I said it looks like.
Oh, okay. No, actually, look.
Oh, yep. Oh, okay, this is the kind of spice that I don't like.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just very picky about spicy things.
Actually, I didn't even know these were hot until yesterday. Doesn't affect me, though. I mean, I get heat, but this kind of heat doesn't affect me. I'm the kind of guy that's used to the flaming hot stuff on the shelf, so. But I don't go too crazy. By the way, at the time we're recording this, Parker, happy Pokemon Day.
Yes, happy Pokemon Day.
We only got about 5 hours left of it, though, but
It's not that bad.
not bad. Yeah. I just realized that we are recording, but I'm glad the camera is not capturing what's behind me right now.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. I'll have to remove them
Don't worry
before
about
we
it. We're fine.
yeah, before the next one, just in case. I only had them out because I've been feeling a little lonely lately. What?
You should stop hinting at things. Jeez, you're gonna get people guessing.
I know, but a lot of people already know about my thing, about my collection of, you know, what's.
Yeah.
They just don't know what they look like half the time.
Fair.
I have had them on camera before, but they're more appropriate. They're more appropriate for YouTube, so don't worry.
Anyway.
But yeah, anyway, these are good. I can taste the cheese.
I'm not talking much because it's just nice.
I'm sorry. But no, we haven't had you involved in this.
No. There's nothing wrong with spicy things. I'm a lightweight with spice. Let's just refer to it in that sense.
You can tell I can't stop eating these.
Yeah, you just keep munching.
I don't know if I've done this in front of you, but I'm going to read the ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? What do we got?
Gotta have some light here. Corn flour, processed with lime. Vegetable oil, which would be palm and or soybean and or canola oils. Sorry. Seasonings.
That's all they put it as is seasonings.
Well, they have in parentheses here: maltodextrin, whey protein, salt, onion powder, monosodium glutamate, natural and artificial flavors, palm fat, garlic powder, tomato powder, sucrose, hydrolyzed with protein, citric acid, silicone dioxide, yellow number 5 lake, spices, sunset yellow lake. There's a lot. Actually,
every spices coming from.
Well, it could be like cayenne pepper or.
Let me see.
Oh no, it just says spices. So spices can be any number of things. It's what gives it its heat. Speaking of which, keep them company or keep them busy.
Let me no.
It doesn't when there's more than one spice, they just list it as spices. I'm getting a glass of milk, not because of.
Apparently, there's a. Okay, so they don't bother to list the spices, you know, the thing that makes the food spicy and adds to the taste.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
No, hold on, I'm not done, dude. But they did bother to list the specific name of a very specific food coloring called Sunset Yellow Lake. I don't know why Sunset Yellow Lake is so important to list on its own versus, you know, the spices.
You heard of something called yellow number 5, right?
Yeah, well, it's actually red that's more of a problem. And Yellow 5 Lake is also in here.
Well,
so...
the reason why I bring up yellow number 5 is because if you heard about...
okay, there's paprika extract in here. Paprika can be spicy.
Well, here, let me tell you what I'm trying to say. The reason why I bring up yellow number 5 is that if you know anything about Mountain Dew and the controversy that thing has on it... Sorry, window's open. So, trying to cool down the place a little bit. But it was said that yellow number 5 in Mountain Dew and any other thing it's listed in, supposedly, and this is a rumor, supposedly lowers sperm count. And causes the male organs to shrivel up as well in the process.
No.
It's a rumor. Apparently, back in the 90s, that's what happened.
Yeah, you know what else was a rumor back in the 90s?
What?
Actually, if I say it, it might cause controversy.
Okay, well, you tell me off camera. I don't care.
Okay. But I don't. So typically, anything
I'm gonna need to wash my hands after this.
toxic in a food like that. Like, yellow number 5 has been in so many things for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
If it were causing that particular issue, like, our culture is very invested in men and their size and ability. Let's just put it that way.
All right.
We would have noticed already. The only way we wouldn't have noticed if it is so subtle that it has almost no impact on regular Mountain Dew or yellow number 5 consumers versus someone who only has been consuming yellow number 5 for like an extended period of time in every food they eat. Like, trace amounts versus, you know, full-on dose of it kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't panic. So just do research.
By the way,
I haven't looked up much about it at all, so I can't quote or specify anything, but just from general knowledge about other things like radiation. There's radiation in, I think there's technically radiation in bananas, but it's such a minute amount that you can consume a banana without like dying. Same thing for x-rays. A single x-ray has such a minute amount of radiation, it's not immediately going to give you cancer. The reason you wear the lead apron is A, preventative, and the reason why the doctors hide behind like protective barrier is because they're being exposed to the x-ray equipment and its x-rays over and over and over again all day long, multiple days in a row. So like a lot versus a little.
Okay. But anyway, the reason why I went to get a glass of milk, not because my mouth was on fire. That I can guarantee.
It's not fire spicy.
No, hang on. It wasn't because of the heat. It was basically because I have an alarm that would have went off at 7 o'clock telling me I can have a glass of milk.
You're trying to conserve your milk because you do drink a lot of milk.
3 gallons a week, yes. And I've limited myself to half glasses now.
Wow. So yeah,
But I
I'll
believe.
just,
But here's the thing. I have a glass of milk the moment I wake up so I can take my medication. I have another glass at about 11 o'clock, then another one at 2, and then roughly I think it's like 4:15, and then 7
You're
o'clock.
spacing it out quite a bit. So you've gone from having 3 gallons of milk a week to what have you gotten to?
No, they're currently 3 gallons a week. It was used to be 5 gallons.
Okay, you're down 2 gallons. Nice.
Yes. My dad on
Have
the
you
other.
thought of drinking more water?
If it's flavored, sure.
I was just gonna say, maybe you could start doing an every other thing with your milk and even get it down a whole other gallon.
Yeah, or I drink Kool-Aid, which I can technically drink Kool-Aid. I like grape and orange flavored Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And I got sugar and Kool-Aid mixed in my cupboard. I just got to make some right now.
I prefer my water with ice.
I don't like ice
To
in
make
my
it
drinks.
cold.
I don't.
It's just to make it as cold as possible.
I don't like ice in my drinks.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I used to not like it. Now I'm fine with it. I don't know what changed.
Well, here's the thing. Like, whenever I got fountain pop, back when I was in high school, when I was with my grandma, she wanted ice in her drink. But whenever I get fountain pop, I just said, I don't want ice. I'd rather have it on its own. Because if that ice melts and gets into...
It dilutes it.
Yeah, exactly. It turns all
Fountain
water.
Pop's different, though. When I say ice, I mean, like, I have an ice cube tray. And if I don't have any other beverages around, or for whatever reason I haven't had a chance to chill the water in my water jug, I'll plop the ice cubes in. It doesn't dilute it because it's already water.
No, I will say this. I don't like ice in my drinks, or at least ice in general, so I won't even have ice cube trays in my freezer.
Yeah.
But I don't mind having those little icy pop things that you get.
You're probably one of those people who was like, I'd rather drink my beverage at room temperature.
Yes.
Than put an ice cube in it to make it better.
Exactly.
Oh
unless it's milk, and I'll be honest, unless it's milk or Kool-Aid, if it's a soda pop, sure, yeah, I can have myself.
I have very low tolerance for room temperature soda pops of certain flavors.
But
I don't like Coke at room temperature.
But I will say this: when I first open a bottle of grape juice, I will have it at room temperature. But after I open it, I put it in the fridge.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I will put it in the fridge.
But we're talking about the opposite of hot and spicy because we're talking about the cold right now. What are our opinions on this hot and spicy?
Well, I got one more thing I want to say about the drinks, though.
Okay.
Hawaiian Punch, I will have it room temperature regardless.
See, I feel like Hawaiian Punch has a really weird aftertaste when you have it at room temperature versus cold.
I don't know what aftertaste you get, so.
I have really sensitive taste.
That's something I gotta tell you. Hershey's chocolate bars. I don't know if you know this, but the Hershey's chocolate has a bit of a sour taste from the milk, whereas European milk chocolate doesn't have it. We as Americans,
I don't taste sour.
That's what I was told. That's what I learned.
Have you ever eaten a Hershey bar and thought it tasted sour?
No, I'm not saying it tastes sour. I'm just saying it's a sour milk thing that makes it milk chocolate. I'd have to show you the episode with Hershey in it.
Yeah, I think we're missing some context.
Yeah, I'd have to show you the episode that involves...
Are you sure they're talking about sour milk and not just like pasteurized?
I don't know. I can't explain it. It's like there's something about...
Are you talking about curdled milk?
No. It's like a tang kind of thing to it.
So what? Do they like add citric acid to the milk?
If you let me speak...
You stopped talking, so I said something.
Well, I'm trying to say something, but you keep interrupting me.
No, you stopped talking entirely.
Jeez Louise. What I'm trying to say is this. American Hershey's bar the milk chocolate is completely different than a European milk chocolate bar because there's some kind of sour, like, I'm not saying it tastes sour. I'm just saying there's some kind of sour thing going on with it. I can't explain it, but there's like this kind of sour, like, aftertaste kind of thing that Milton Hershey put in his milk chocolate that's different, that makes American chocolate different from European chocolate.
I think there's more than just that's different because there are different FDA regulations about how much chocolate and how much cacao powder and things like that.
I know. I know the FDA does that. In fact, there was
not just our FDA. Like the food regulation for other countries is also different.
Yeah, I know. Because there's some things that are banned in America, and there's some things that are banned around the world that we have in America. For example, high fructose corn syrup is in our food, but around the world they don't use that. They use regular sugar.
Yeah, because high fructose corn syrup is actually bad for you.
I know.
So bad that other countries actually care about their citizens enough to ban it.
Exactly. But for some reason, there's something about American...
It's called capitalism.
No, but there's a thing about some stuff in America that when it comes to our food, it keeps itself shelf stable. That's why we see weird ingredients on our list.
Oh, yeah, a lot of it is to help keep it shelf stable.
Yeah. Whereas like the rest of the world, they just use normal ingredients. Who the heck knows what they put in
there? Well, you also
stuff.
have to remember, United States is significantly larger. Like, you can fit the entire United Kingdom into, like, Minnesota. Like, there are... Oh, gosh, I watched someone do a video, and they were surprised by... When they got... It was really funny, because I think...
Does that include Northern Ireland?
I think when they got to Nebraska, they're like, oh, it can't get much bigger than Nebraska. I'm like, dude, you can fit 3 Nebraskas in Texas. This guy's mind is about to be blown.
Anyway, yeah, now we can get our rating.
Yeah, but
Why don't you do yours?
no, part of it is like they can use more organic things because they don't need to travel as far. Like you can literally go from one end of UK to the other in like 2 or 3 hours apparently, where you won't even leave Florida in that amount of time. So travel wise, we need that shelf stability in there.
Right. But anyway, your rating.
3 out of 10.
That's fair. I know you said you didn't like spicy, so.
Oh, I have a very specific opinion about this. Do you want to hear it? I didn't want to accidentally interrupt you. You must confirm yes or no.
You're still on your rating. Go for it.
Okay. 3 out of 10 because when I have something spicy, that spice should not just be heat. It should also be flavor. And the fact is that I'm not tasting whatever it is making it spicy. It is just spice for the sake of spice, and I don't care for that.
Or for heat.
Yeah, heat for the sake of heat. I don't want to eat a food whose only job it is to make my mouth feel like it's in pain. Because what's the point? Like, I eat food because it tastes good, not because I want to be in pain.
You and Scotty would get along with that situation.
Like, I do like spicy food. I just like it when that spice, or the heat produced by the spice is like actual good, flavorful spice.
Name something like that.
So, there's a number of even like chip-related products where if they say it's like jalapeno base, you can sometimes taste the jalapeno. So when you eat it, it's spicy, but you also taste the jalapeno. And I'm like, cool, spot on. There are a number, I can't think of off the top of my head, but I know there are a number of cuisines from other cultures that are really good at incorporating spice because they use ingredients, fresh natural ingredients, that also make the dish taste really good. And so it makes sense. I know there's Asian ones, there's Spanish and Mexican ones.
Japanese?
I don't know. I don't know how big spice is in Japan.
I'm thinking wasabi.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if wasabi specifically has a taste. But I'm thinking cultures that regularly are incorporating varieties of peppers and other kinds of spices that have really good flavor to them. And so that's why this is rated so low, along with the fact that I taste almost no nacho flavor. It feels more like a very diluted Taki. And by that I mean I've had original Taki, and this feels like someone thought they could take cheddar cheese powder and random spice that make go hot and put it on Taki, and so you get a slightly milder flavored Taki, but with heat still. And it just doesn't seem very successful to me. I was hoping for a stronger nacho flavor for sure.
Okay. For me, 8 out of 10, because I like it.
That's fine.
I like it. You can see I was eating it. I'm like, look at my fingers. Look at my fingers.
Yeah, it wasn't nacho-y enough for me, and the spice did not have any flavor backing it up. So.
All right. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this food review. Of course, I've been BigLT.
I've been SFParker.
See you guys next time for another food review. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.